I think I realized after I made that video about the thing, you know, the, what's that thing called, about asking you about your favorite album, soundtrack, whatever thing, I realized that I made some mistakes, and some of you may have misunderstood the rules about how it works. And when I went back and I watched the video, I realized that originally I referred to it as, what would you listen to, what would you make the soundtrack of your life on your last day on Earth? Technically, a soundtrack is, according to Wikipedia, is a soundtrack that can be recorded, music accompanied and synchronized to images of a motion picture, book, television program, or video game, a commercially released soundtrack album of music. So in that sense, Wes was correct in picking Top Gun, and Sarah was correct in picking Chanel, but I also later said use the word album. And of course, we all know that the word album it may be understood as a collection of recordings released as a single package on gramophone, record, cassette, compact disc, or via digital distribution. So in that sense, you could be correct if you picked a Beatles album or something like that. However, this lady decided that she was going to just pick a bunch of random music, which is not what I said, but technically, I guess, if you stretch the truth, a compilation album features tracks from one or more performers, such as the Now That's What I Call Music, where a bunch of people decide that they're going to put a soundtrack together with a bunch of random music on it. Usually there's some thematic element around all of the music, and I wasn't quite sure what to do with Jesse's, since his is technically a cantata, but then I listened to it, and I decided that you could definitely use it as a soundtrack to a movie, and therefore Jesse's stays. So I'm not quite sure what to do about Amanda's. I was disappointed that none of you talked about Thriller, even though I asked you to. As your punishment, in the link section, watch a bunch of inmates in the Philippines dance to the song Thriller. It's in the links at the bottom. I also didn't hear about your favorite ice creams, so tell me about that if you want to. And the original question was, what would you listen to? What kind of ice cream would you try that you've never tried before on your last day on Earth? Lastly, on a personal note, if you want to pray for me about something, you can pray that I finish my syllabus on time. I'm deciding what I want to do next year, like I'm thinking about the outline of my classes, so if you want to pray that I figure all of that out, that'd be nice. Also, some of my students last year said that my classroom looked like a prison because I didn't have enough stuff on the walls, so pray this week that I finish putting everything up on the walls. And lastly, but not leastly, congratulations to Andy Murray. God save the Queen.